Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A video, so let's get right into it. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be doing a Q&A video for the channel hitting 1,000 subscribers, kind of celebrate that. I thought of doing this video. I asked you guys to give some questions that you had for me to kind of explain. And that's what we're going to be doing in this video. I got my computer right here. So let's start with our first question. So our first question comes from Silver Lago Morpha 3177. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. But he asks, he's having a problem with his knuckles locking up when changing chords. So this is kind of a thing that I think it impacts a lot of people when playing instruments for the guitar. When you're younger, like my age, I'm 16, your hands are a lot more nimble and stuff, but when you get older, like my dad, he played the banjo for 2 years and then switched to the mandolin back there. And yeah, so the chords and stuff, the best way I would suggest to kind of get your fingers working a little bit better is to stretch them. I can show you two stretches here. And the first one is what you're going to do is you're going to take your arm out just like that, and you're going to take your fingers, place these fingers in the palm of your hand, and you can do this for both hands or whatever, but we're just going to use this finger because I got picks on this one. We're going to just take our fingers, place it in our palm of our hand, and just push back just like that, and that's working all the muscles in here, relieving any tension or pressure that's building up in them. Do it for both your arms. Another one you can do is you can take your arms, spread them all the way out as far as you can, stretch your fingers all the way out as you can, and then make a fist, and then do it just again. That kind of works your whole arm, kind of gets everything loosened up, and it might just help you. Another one is maybe try to, when you're doing the chords, don't press as hard. Now I know this is kind of weird because, you got to press hard enough to make a chord, but I know sometimes if you press too hard, you create too much tension in your hand and it might lock up your fingers. But those are just a couple tips for that, and I hope you found that helpful. The second question here is from Judy Cornett. She is asking about how to find a melody in a song and how to get the rules kind of all into place. So Judy, the best way I would say to do this is, first of all, learn a song that you really like. So a song, I'm just going to use, for example, Cripple Creek. It may not be your favorite song, but I'm just going to use that example for right now. So on the banjo, you have the A part and the B part. So I can kind of show you, if your problem is trying to find the melody, the best way to find a melody is by just doing one string at a time. So what I would do for that, like I said, I can give you a tab for this. All you do is, you got Cripple Creek. The A part sounds like this with rolls and all that. So that's the A part, but you can also do it with just a single note. So I go. And it accomplishes the same amount of things. So you can still hear the melody. Like I said, it still accomplishes the melody of the song, and Cripple Creek has words, so it'd be, I got a girl at the head of the creek, going up to see her about the middle of the week. I got a girl at the head of the creek, going up to see her about the middle of the week. It still has that melody in it without rolls. But if you're having problem with the rolls, I would suggest learning a song like Bowling Cabbage Down. You can sing to it, bowling cabbage down, making biscuits brown. But you can just play it normal and you don't have to sing it, or you don't really have to do anything with it. But if like you're having a trouble with the alternating thumb roll, which is 3-2-5-1, if you're having trouble with that, I would suggest learning bowling cabbage down. I do have a video on that, and it really is really simple. All it is the 3-2-5-1 roll throughout the whole entire song. You just go. And that is pretty much the gist of it. Like that, you can't really hear the melody as much as the Cripple Creek kind of thing. Like you can hear the song in that. And then the B part of Cripple Creek is going up Cripple Creek, going in a run, going up Cripple Creek, have a little fun. So as you would do it with a roll, it'd be the slides. Going up the Cripple Creek, going in a run, going up the Cripple Creek, have a little fun. Now, excuse my bad singing because I can't sing while playing the banjo, but yeah, that is the kind of the bare minimum of kind of like what you would do for that. And again, for something, if you're just trying to find the melody, the best way, even for that part, is doing. It still accomplishes the same thing, and you can hear it in the song. Now, one thing I will go over is that if you are playing the banjo, there's going to be songs that, especially because if you're going to play lead, so in bluegrass, I mean, this is a big thing in all kinds of music, you normally have like the chorus and then you have the verse. So most of the time, the banjo will be playing the chorus. So like Crying Holy, for example, we learned that a couple days ago. That has words to it. Crying holy unto the Lord. So it's the same thing, but you're putting rolls into it. So, you can play through it. Oh, if I could, that part would be. Lord, if I could, I sure. It's you gotta think of it as, okay, so what part of this song does it go with the words? Now, this might be over your head, I do not know, but the like I said, the bare minimum, if you are having trouble with trying to find the thing, I would suggest starting with single string. Like I said, I can put a tab for you with the Cripple Creek. It really is, it takes a little bit, as if you are a pretty new beginner, it will take you a bit, because when you're just starting to learn, like I never played an instrument before, and it's so new to you when you're playing instrument that you don't really. It does take a little bit of time to kind of get that like musical feel into, and it really is like people say practice with a metronome, but at this point, if you are having trouble with melodies and stuff, do not worry about a metronome. It'll just confuse you way more. I know a metronome is very important. I do practice with a metronome, but you got to worry about the basics, and I would say that is one of the biggest things to kind of learn when you're starting out. Alright, so the next one is from Jeff Evans, and he says, "Hi, I've been playing about a year, but I have very limited time to practice. Any tips to make the most of any spare time I have?" So, this is a very good question, because like like you said, if you have a job, if you go to school, now I'm homeschooled, so I'm pretty much playing banjo all day, except for when I do schoolwork. But I have a lot of time to practice. I don't have a job yet, so I do have a lot of time to practice. But I know that some other people do not, and that is something that I think plagues a lot of people, is that they want to practice, but they just don't have the time. So I would say one thing to kind of to kind of make the most of your practice. So let's say you have an hour a day to practice. So an hour a day, an hour, 60 minutes, that's a pretty good amount of time. So I would suggest, first of all, get your hands warmed up. So maybe, like I said, if you got 60 minutes, take 5-10 minutes. Like I said, maybe do some stretches that we learned just in the first question there. But also do some like rolls. If you do practice with the metronome, yet again, I don't know what skill level you are, but if you are a little bit more advanced and you're kind of at the beginner stage, I would suggest practicing with the metronome. But if you are still a beginner, practice a song that you've been working on for a good bit. So let's say like you just started and you've been practicing Cripple Creek, So just practice Cripple Creek for first of all, get like I said, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, stretch your hands, just do some rolls, do some alternating thumb rolls, do some forward and reverse rolls, forward rolls, any roll, the Foggy Mountain roll that you want to do. Maybe do some licks that you've been working on, and then 5-10 minutes of that. Play a song that you've been working on. So I've been working on a bunch of songs here, like Salt Creek. So, practice that song for about maybe 10 minutes or so of that song. If, like I said, if you're a little bit more skilled and you practice with a metronome, I would suggest practicing a song with a metronome. Also, maybe try some new techniques. So maybe go online, go on YouTube, search up some banjo licks. That's what I do. And also practice with backing tracks. So you can go on YouTube and you can type in any song that you really want. So let's say you want to practice Old Home Place. They got the J.D. Crowe version. That's the one I use. That's the one I practice with a lot. And practicing with a backing track is almost like practicing with a metronome. It feels like you're with a band almost. It feels like you're a little bit more into it, and you have a little bit more backing you up. More than just a little thing going. Kind of annoying you a little bit. But yeah, the practice with backing tracks are they're very good. I mean, that's really a great way to practice, and I'd say, practice some songs that like maybe create a playlist or something that you have. Like if let's say, Foggy Mountain Breakdown, Salt Creek, Cripple Creek, Crying Holy, put those songs in a playlist on YouTube or something, and then just click them, just click the playlist, let them play, and just play along with them. If you know some rolling backup or boom chucks, play along with the whole entire song. That's kind of what I do, and that's how you kind of learn some things too. Because, I never used to always. I'd always just practice with myself. I would never practice with a metronome or backing tracks or anything. But once I did, my timing first of all got a lot better. But you also learn things about playing rolling backup, and rolling backup is such an important thing in bluegrass, especially bluegrass banjo. It's kind of something it is a little bit more difficult. It does take some more time, but once you get it down, it's kind of really fun because you can do whatever you want in it as long as it follows the chord progression. But yeah. So I would suggest doing something like that. Like I said, practice with backing tracks. Practice with recordings, and then yet again, like I said, if you want to go on YouTube, look up some banjo licks, maybe look up maybe some just scales. I know this is kind of not something you'd hear a banjo player say, but scales are very important. You can learn a lot of songs from just scales. You can learn a lot of older songs. You can find melodies by using a scale. So, yeah, I mean, that's another thing. And finally, just noodle around. Just have fun. Don't worry about trying to set everything. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. Just have fun. But to make it kind of a productive thing, productive practicing time when you don't have that much time. Those are some pretty good tips. Like I said, practice the important stuff. So, like, practice your timing, practice your roles, see how you're coming along with them. Take videos of yourself. That is a really good thing, too, because then you can look back and say, oh, wow, I need to work on that part. It really, taking videos of yourself is really good because also you can, let's say you take a video every day or something. And then, you come back every day, you look at your video and you're like, wow, I have really, improved a lot. So, yeah, so those are some things that I hope helped you out there, Jeff. And let's get on to our next question. So our next question here is from Elizabeth Emery. And she has two questions here. She asks, do you have a teacher or you were self-taught? And are you in a band? So to answer the first question, I am completely self-taught. I've never had a professional teacher, and I can't really say I'd never have because I have learned a lot from the great banjo player, John Applefaler, and that'll kind of tie into your second question there. But, no, I really have never had a personal teacher that, every week I would go to see them and they would teach me something. I did have my dad. He did, like I said, he played the banjo for 2 years, and I started a year ago. So when I started, he was already playing the banjo for a year. So he kind of taught everything that he knew to me, and then I kind of went on from there. If anything, Jim Pankey probably was a big inspiration, that I got a lot of my stuff from because, he's a great teacher. Jim Pankey, if you guys have not seen his videos and if you're a beginner, I would highly suggest him. He is a very good teacher for the banjo. So, yes, I am pretty much self-taught. Like I said, I can't really say that because, like I said, I'll tie into your next question here. But for the most part, I am like 98% self-taught. So, your second question, are you in a band? So, yes and no. So, I am not officially actually part of a band, but I do play with a band. So, every Thursday night, now this started about 2 or 3 months ago, there's this little restaurant here in Florida, in Fellsmere, and the restaurant is called Marsh Landings. And every Thursday night, a band called Penny Creek Band hosts a jam session, a bluegrass jam. And if you guys have seen videos of me playing with people, that's the band and that's the place that I'm talking about. They host a jam every single Thursday night, and I started going there about 3 months ago, and I've only missed like one day because I was sick. But every Thursday night I've been up there, and yeah, I've enjoyed every second of it. The band members, there's 4 people in the band. There's Susan Pounds, she's the bass player. Chris Paganoni, he is the guitar player. Fritz Kramer, he is the mandolinist. And then John Applefaler is the banjo player. I will put a link to their Facebook page and all their stuff in the description. If you guys want to check them out, I would highly suggest. They are awesome people. They are really good people. And they make amazing music. So, really, I got to think a lot. From like the 3 months I've been playing with them, I've learned the most in those 3 months. I've been so motivated to play more. you know, to learn new things every week, learn something new to bring to the jam so I can play something new for them. And, you know, just it really has helped me a lot playing with them. And they have really helped me a lot getting around the bluegrass scene. They last last Saturday it was, they invited me up to a bluegrass festival to play with them. Now, I never would have thought in a million years that I'd be playing up on stage in front of a bluegrass festival, but here we are. So yeah, I gotta thank them a lot. You know, that I feel very honored that they believe in me to do something like that. So that I really gotta thank them a lot for the back to the question, are you in a band? Yes and no. So, like I said, I'm not officially part of the band, but they have almost pretty much taken me under their wing, and they're trying to help me out the best they can. So, you know, I really got to thank them for that. So, our next question here is from Silver Lagu Morpha again. He asks, I'm having problems keeping my on, meaning finger picks here. They're probably crappy. My fingers are very small, and I have to use pliers to bend them small enough. I ordered different pairs, Greg Allen comfort coated mini picks for small fingers on the internet, but the delivery is taking forever. All right, so I would say for that problem, I'd say the best finger picks. Now, this is just my opinion, but in my opinion, picky picks are the best because they're a little bit thinner. They're a lot easier to shape around your fingers. And like, I don't have the biggest hands and fingers. So, you know, they really work out good for me. And I can put this away. I'll get a little bit closer for you guys. So, picky picks, they're really good. Actually, in my case, I have a whole bag of them. This is the bag of them. And you get like, I don't know. I don't know, like 24 or something in a pack. I don't know, for like $10 or something. Really good. I would highly suggest picky picks. Because they are very, you know, when you get them, I'll open them here for you. Of course, pull some out. So when you get them, they're, you know, they're bent out a lot, but you can shape them really tight. So, you know, you can push this one down and shape them really down to, you know, to the size of your finger. They come like this, you know, about that size, but you can shape them down really far, you know, as far as you really need to. You know, if you got really small fingers, now this is a little too small for my fingers, but, you know, if you got really small fingers. So, yeah, they're really good picks. Like I said, I use them. These are the ones I use. Jim Pankey also uses these too. And I just think that they're the best pick out there because you can shape them so easily. Because, like I said, they're a little bit thinner metal. So, it's a little bit easier to shape. And you don't have to pull on them so much. So, yeah, I hope that kind of helped you out. And I hope you find some picks that work for you. Alright, so another question from Silver Lago. He asked, how important is it to learn from tablature and notation? So, personally, me, I don't know any notation of music. Notation and tab is a little bit different. I can show you here. I have a tab right here. So the top here is what you'd call music notation, this. This is tab. So I would say if you're learning bluegrass, tab is very important. If you're learning classical music, notation is a little bit more important. So I feel like it kind of goes, you know, kind of whatever you're learning. Like I said, if you're playing the banjo, tablature is a very good thing to know. And it really is important. The best way you can, I can kind of explain it here if you really don't know what all it means. So so really what it is that your top, you have 5 lines. And then you have the notes on the lines. So the top line is your first string, and your bottom line here is your 5th string. And all it is, like you see the 2, 3 right there, right there, that is a slide. And the one right there with the 2 notes on top of each other, that is a pinch. And then you have your like 4 rolls right here. And yeah, that's kind of the basics of tablature. I could do a whole video explaining that more in detail. But for this video, that's all I'm gonna kind of go into that. But yes, to go back to your question, it is very important to learn tablature, and any way you can learn it is very good. All right, so that is all the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna do 2 songs for you here. I did have a question a while back, and I'll kind of show you a little sneak peek of that. But so yeah, I'm gonna just do 2 songs for you guys, and then we'll end the video. I thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you can be notified anytime I post a new video. Alright, so a while back I had a request for, not really a request, but I had someone ask, did I know any Raymond Fairchild stuff? So I hope this song kind of answers that one. Alright, now I'll just end this video off with a little bit of Salt Creeks. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys again.